Bandicoot. You banished me to the past. But all it did was give me more time to plan your doom.
With the imminent release of Crash Bandicoot 4 It's About Time, developer Toys for Bob are seeking to recapture the magic of the beloved franchise after the resounding success of the Insane trilogy. To that end, Crash 4, as the title suggests, positions itself as a direct sequel to the original trilogy, developed by Naughty Dog, and perhaps controversially, retcons all other games beyond those released on the PS1.
Well, I'm sensing a real fraught history here. How many times have you beaten this clown anyway?
3.
Really? Only 3? Funny. Seemed like more.
While it's clear that this era was definitely the golden age for the series, it begs the question if the classic Crash style holds up without the rose-tinted goggles of nostalgia to support it.
Oh, great. So I'm dead now. Fine. I'm sick of this stupid game anyway.
This past week, I've been able to get some hands-on time with the demo available to those who pre-order the game, which, while short, gives an exciting peek into the next evolution of the Bandicoot. One of the most striking aspects of Crash 4 is how it visually differs from its predecessors. Character designs are significantly altered even from the recent remasters, and feels a little closer to the studio's previous work with Spyro Reignited trilogy. Drastic redesigns have historically not gone over well with the community. Longtime fans will remember the adverse reaction to Crash of the Titans, as in their eyes, those designs seem to ignore the essence of why Crash's character was so beloved in the 90s. This endeavour, however, feels different, as there seems to be a clear intent to remain as faithful as possible to the original art style, while also modernising it for new audiences. After the initial shock of the new design subsides, the creativity begins to shine through in bright, colourful environments and expressive animations. Time will tell if the complete game can take full advantage of these new graphical changes, and hopefully provide us with a variety of appealing dimensions to get sucked into. What immediately stands out when starting the first level of the demo is how Crash 4 feels like such a natural progression of the original games. Fans of the series will instantly feel at home, and as you continue to play, muscle memory will make it feel like you never put down the controller in the first place. Challenging precision platforming in a 3D space is something that hasn't really been done in this way since Crash, and as I played, I began to realise how much I missed it, as it becomes incredibly addicting very quickly. With that being said, Crash's unique style has been met with its fair share of constructive criticism, and it appears that Toys for Bob have set out to address at least some of those complaints. One of the most obvious being the circle, which appears while the player is airborne, indicating where Crash will land, making depth perception less of an issue. On top of that, movement feels tighter and more precise, which is important, as the series' platforming challenges are notoriously unforgiving, and the sequel doesn't pull any punches either. Even in this short demo, the level design is unapologetically reminiscent of the old games, complete with the brutal difficulty the series has garnered a reputation for. While not straying too far from the series' past, it's clear that Toys for Bob have also sought inspiration from other great platformers that have propelled the genre forward. The introduction of the modern and retro modes are a clear example of this. Retro mode will allow those familiar with the original Crash games to play with the same rule set. Collect Wumpa Fruit to gain lives, lose lives each time you die until you reach 0, at which point you get a game over and have to restart the level from the beginning. Modern mode, on the other hand, is closer to games like Celeste, ditching the life system entirely. Instead, Wumpa Fruits are simply a collectible item, and you're only ever set back as far as your most recent checkpoint, no matter how many times you fail. Hardcore fans and Crash purists alike may favour the retro mode, but perhaps surprisingly, I found myself leaning towards the modern mode. Platforming game design has come a long way since the 90s, and as recent hits in the genre have proven, difficulty and frustration don't need to go hand in hand. Modern mode allows less experienced players to have fun and not feel too punished by the game, while also allowing players to pursue more difficulty as they feel comfortable by attempting the game's vast array of optional challenges. In any case, having the ability to switch freely is undoubtedly a good thing. I mentioned already that Toys for Bob have set out to modernise Crash 4 by borrowing aspects from other great platformers of the last decade and beyond, and this doesn't stop with the 2 gameplay modes. The story of Crash 4 heavily revolves around 4 new masks, which offer new abilities to the player never before seen in the series. 2 of these masks are playable in the demo and allow for brand new puzzles and opportunities. The first, Kapunawa, the Time Mask, which provides the ability to slow time to a halt, allowing the player to use falling platforms, run on nitro crates, and easily access new timed crates. The other mask, Lani Loli, enables a phase-shifting toggle mechanic, with boxes and obstacles popping in and out of reality. Furthermore, Crash 4 will also for the first time feature multiple playable characters, each with their own unique moveset and levels designed for them specifically. The demo featured a level with a playable Cortex, for example, who can shoot enemies to turn them into platforms. The puzzles created for these new mechanics in the demo felt incredibly satisfying and once again feels like an excellent progression from the older games. On top of this, the additions of rail grinding, rope swinging and air dashing all offer new and exciting ways to play the game. While it can be argued that none of these mechanics are particularly revolutionary, I don't necessarily feel like it needs to be. Games like Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze, Shovel Knight and Sonic Mania have innovated and forever changed the formula of the modern platformer, and Toys for Bob do not shy away from this, instead embracing and integrating these principles into the world of the Bandicoot, making the whole experience feel remarkably fresh.
Just a few more steps and you'll be Bandicoot Bob.
Crash 4 feels like an enormous undertaking and one which fans have been waiting over 20 years for. From this demo, it's clear that Toys for Bob aim to reignite the magic of the original games and their unique, unmatched style, while also bringing the series into the modern day. While it's hard to say until we get our hands on the full game later this week if it will be a success, the demo shows all the potential for Crash 4 to be the best game in the entire series to date, and maybe even stand as one of the great platformers of its age. My name is Finn, and if you enjoyed this preview of Crash 4 It's About Time, be sure to let us know by liking the video and sharing your thoughts in the comments. Be sure to subscribe and also check out our website and other links to social media in the description for more cool stuff from the Playhouse team. Thanks for watching.